All right, I want to talk to you about how the gym is actually harmful for you. You've got to get yourself to go there. You wake up in the morning, you're like, today's the day, I'm going to the gym. I'm packing my shoes, I'm putting my clothes in the bag. As soon as work is over, I'm going to the gym. You have to break your routine of what you're doing in your normal life to then get some other shoes and some other clothes and go to this other place so that you can change and do this thing that's a workout that's supposed to be good for you. Now, of course, you need to do it. You need to exercise. You know that. So you get your little bag of stuff and you march yourself over to the gym. You walk in the front desk. They're just trying to get back on their social media. They check you in. They go, oh, hi, nice to see you. Have a great workout, right? Do they care? Probably not. And now you have to change. You go to the changing room, and the changing room, of course, is disgusting. Maybe it's a carpeted floor. Maybe it's a tiled floor. Regardless, you don't want your bare feet to touch either of those surfaces. So you have to have some flip-flops with you. Now you're changed. You go up to the gym floor or out to the gym floor, and what do you see? It's a crowded room full of people looking at themselves in the mirror who probably don't even know what they're doing, that you now have to negotiate with to try to get on the equipment. Why do we have to keep doing this? Why do we have to keep living this lie? We don't like it. It's not enjoyable. People aren't getting in shape. Do you want to get in a public pool? No. Do you want to go to a public restroom? No. So why would you want to go to a public gym? It doesn't make any sense. This is my dream. You have a small space. You have some key pieces of equipment. You know exactly what to do. You don't have to worry about a schedule or going somewhere else. You have it all at your fingertips right here. Individualized private places are the best experience by far. You don't want to go to the resort that's crowded and full of people. You want to go to the place that's exclusive, that's off the map. You don't want to go to the most crowded beach where you're side by side with everybody, blanket to blanket, kicking sand on each other. Have you ever seen a bunch of baby pigs trying to get at the teats? Well, guess what? That's what you're doing when you're going to a big commercial gym. And I don't care whether it's Equinox, whether it's Blink, whether it's Soul Cycle, Pure Yoga, whatever. You're going into these crowded places to try to just nuzzle up in there and get your little sip of exercise for the day. So why do we go to the gym? So we can get laid, basically. To look better, feel better, some say to be healthier. Sex. Yeah, it's about looking good. It's about feeling good. It's about having high self-esteem. Sex. Yeah, so we can have muscles, so we can be toned, so we can be fit and look better naked. I don't feel better when I go into a gym. When I see a bunch of other people looking at themselves in mirrors, we've all seen it, we've all heard it, we have all been victimized by this experience. Not maybe so much about having sex or procuring a mate, but it is about retaining all of the good things that you have. You've worked hard to have what you have, to build the families and the relationships that you have. The last thing you want to do is have it slip away because you got a bad knee or a bad hip or a bad back. You want to live as long as you can and as well as you can. The big box gyms are pulling in billions of dollars. Equinox alone pulls in $1.5 billion. The fact is, it's a meat market designed to get you in and get you out. They don't really care whether you have a positive experience or not, as long as you're paying your membership. As soon as your membership comes due, you got people calling you, and all of a sudden they're your best friends. But for the year in between, the 11 months before, when you were just not showing up and using your membership, that was just fine with them, because that means they don't have to service you, they don't have to repair their equipment, they don't have to clean up after you. And that means that you are a perfect client for them. Last thing big box gyms want is for everybody to show up. If everybody that was a member showed up at one time, you would literally fill the walls with humans like sardines. When you go there and it's crowded, or you go there and you can't get on a piece of cardio equipment, you have to understand that there are hundreds of people sitting at home on their couches that aren't even waiting in line. It's a flawed model. It's a flawed system. The gym environment is not something that's meant to exist or go on or continue, other than the fact that it just takes money from people every month without providing them any service. We want to actually see results. We want to actually have an interaction and a community and a true relationship. It's not good enough to lip service anymore. There's no program. There's no structure. There's no one asking you or making you show up. There's no one that cares if you show up. As a matter of fact, if you don't show up, that's better. That's better for their business model, because it means they can sign up more members who then walk into a nearly empty club that they can display. Hey, look at all this great equipment we have. And the prospective new customer looks around and goes, oh wow, this is great. What's it like when it's busy? And they go, oh no, it's not busy. This is what it usually is. It looks like this. If they were doing their job, every piece of equipment would be full. I oppose the gym. I am against the gym. I cannot emphasize this enough. Family member walked in and said, oh, are you gonna put up a mirror in the back? And I literally froze and had no response, because I wanted to say, are you crazy? And I said, a mirror, why? And they said, oh, well, because then that would make it look like a gym. What are you talking about? That's the opposite of what I want. Well, maybe I should just put up some white paneling and some, get some dumbbell racks in here. And then maybe I'll put in some, random stuff that I'm not gonna use. And then I'll put a mirror up so I can just stare at myself in the corner of the garage. Like, so weird. I want a place that's liberating. This is just basically a designated storage area. I want to take my weights outside if I can. You can't do what you want to do in the gym. You can't do what you want to do, because there's either going to be somebody on the equipment that you need to use, or it's going to seem inappropriate, say, to do certain stretches, just stretching in general. You don't see a lot of people stretching. They're kind of going from weightlifting movement to weightlifting movement, or they're on their phone, or they're on some cardio equipment. And that's pretty much what you're allowed to do acceptably in the gym. And then they might have a little area that's designated for maybe doing some stretching or something like that, which is great. And but if you started doing, say, shadow boxing, or some sort of, even if you started doing yoga, something that's very accepted in our society now, people be like, oh, what's up with the yogi girl over here? What's she doing? And it's just, you can't be free, or at least not as much as you would be able to be in the comfort of your own home or in a private fitness setting. So herein enters the controversy of the gym. The gym is becoming a place of controversy. Is it safe? Can you go into a large crowded place and not catch some sort of illness? Can you actually get any results by just going to a random location, showing up, swiping your key card, moving around on the machines a little bit, and then walking out the door? People are starting to wake up to the fact that it's not working. People are starting to realize they spend thousands of dollars on a gym membership that they never use. You've got these big brands, and people are starting to question their validity. Some of the brands have been associated with making political donations, right? And so what are you saying with your dollars when you walk into a fitness club that has some sort of affiliation with an agenda that has nothing to do with you with you being in shape or coming in there to get a workout? We've got to move past this box gym mentality. We've got to become more creative in the way that we pursue our fitness solutions.